Scott Peterson.
First thing, good afternoon, Madam Chair, Board, Superintendent Runcie, and the leadership here. I just want to first say this is my first board meeting, and it was quite entertaining. Just so you know, there's a lot of highs and lows that I just noticed through this program. But I'm Scott Peterson. I've been a police officer for 30 years. I've been a school resource officer for 25 years, and go Eagles, anyway. And I also been a ROCS officer at Atlantic Technical Center for the past 15 years. The ROCS program, I submit to you, it's a crime prevention program. I mean, that was one of always the key components of our program. And yes, we had an audit, and like everyone on the board has said, there's some issues, and we want to address them as well, because we're just as mad. You know, when we found out that there was a ROCS officer wasn't living on that campus, we were just as angry, board. We obviously didn't know it, and that's why we need to obviously kind of shore some things up, obviously, in this program. But that's what we're here for. And there's a couple things that I want to talk about, and basically on the audit. I want to talk about some of the accomplishments. You know, you saw a lot of numbers and data, and we all know it can be done whatever way we possibly want to see a program maybe go. But let me tell you a couple things about Atlantic Technical Center, since I've been there, just a couple issues. There was one time, it was a Sunday morning, it was about 8:30, I was out washing my car. My cell phone went off, and it was a school board alarm people. Matter of fact, I remember his name, Dan. And he goes to me, he goes, Scott, the alarm's going off in the cafeteria. And right there I knew, because I've been at that school for many years, I knew right when I heard the cafeteria, you know where you get the hairs on the back of your neck going up? I said, that never goes off. So I ran into my trailer, I grabbed my firearm and my ID and my shorts and my sneakers, and I ran over, obviously, to the cafeteria. As I got to the cafeteria, sure enough, there were 4 males inside the cafeteria. They see me, they saw me peeking through the glass, they obviously fled. I chased them, I'm getting older, but I started chasing them. I identified who I was, and as ironic as it may seem, they ran right towards my trailer. So they ran past, jumped over the fence, I jumped into my car, I apprehended 2 of them at the 4800 block at Coconut Creek, threw them in the back, kept going, grabbed the other 2. 4 burglars. And it's just, those are the accomplishments that I want you folks to realize too, that are part of the ROCS program. It's not all that can be just identified in some statistical data. And there's another incident that I want to tell you. And this one was chilling. It was about 11:30 at night, laying in bed, trying to fall asleep, and all of a sudden I hear this bang.
Is there a colleague who will defer? Edwin Smith.
They know I can speak a lot. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edwin. Just real quickly, on the second time I had an incident, it was 11:30 at night. Like I said, I was about falling asleep, and all of a sudden I hear this banging on the front door. Banging. So I jump up, I get to the door, and there's a facilities lady that I've known, because I've been at the school for quite a few years, and she's screaming. And I go, what's going on? What's going on? She goes, there's a guy all in black with a ski mask and a gun. I said, whoa! You know, obviously, holy crap. So, pardon my French. So I ran, put some shorts on, ran out with my firearm. While I'm running to the school, I'm contacting Coconut Creek Police. We set up a perimeter. Long story short, we caught the individual when he ran across Coconut Creek Parkway, and he was hiding over by a bank. And we found out it was an 18-year-old senior who decided he was going to shoot out the cameras with a paintball gun, which we didn't know. And, you know, we dusted him off, and, you know, obviously we used the Coconut Creek use and discretion. We said, hey, it was a prank, so, you know, obviously we sit there. We've been doing, like, the Promise program, Superintendent Runcie, with the ROCS people. We've been doing it for years. I mean, I know I probably caught 100 trespassers at Atlantic Technical Center. Most of them skateboarders, most of them juveniles. You get them, hey, get out, don't come back, and, you know, that's what we do. You know, we're not here as ROCS officers to sit there also to lock everybody up. You know, we understand, you know, on juveniles. We also understand this program. It's a great program. And as Dr. Osgood said, there should be more schools. There are plenty of schools that should have a ROCS officer, and we should really try to develop. And I look forward to working with Chief Williams, and I'm sure my colleagues do as well, to look forward to let's create the best model ROCS program that we can. I'm almost on my way out. I'm 30 years, so, but I have other police officers that, they've made homes there. They're part of that community. We're all here for the same goal, to protect our kids, to protect our property. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Runcie, board,
Thank you.
and leadership.
Thank you.